At least I clicked it.
Yeah, okay,
Okay, now it
sure.
says we're live.
Okay.
I need. Do, do, do,
Sweet.
do, do,
That
do,
works.
do, 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 do.
Oh, I love it. I don't have any sounds or anything programmed. Um, because obviously I just plugged it in and I want to make sure it works. And it does. I am the one thing I'm gonna have to use to is not being able to adjust my own headphone range. And I think the way it processes my mic back to my headphones, there's it's not as clean as your process, if that makes sense.
As clean as my process?
Like you sound very clean. I have a bit of
Oh, okay.
I mean not really noticeable echo, but a slight echo or something.
There's a small delay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there because there's gates on this thing and there's all kind of stuff that I haven't played with, so I'm not sure if it's any of that stuff yet. Obviously, I'm going to have to take time over this weekend and see how that goes. Because I can do that. Yeah, no. What if I do that? No, doesn't change anything. All right. Okay, how do I do this? They're really cool. It says add. Man, it'd be too cool if I could record straight to the sampler board. But I do have the ability to play samples, so we can actually do our music and everything here. And
Oh,
now kind
nice.
of cut down on the editing time as well. At least when I'm recording on my side, and then we'll have the backup for when you have to record on your side. Which the audio you sent, I just used that master mix. It worked out perfectly.
Okay. Yeah, that was ripped from the video, but I figured might as well
Yeah,
send it all to you
it did
and
good.
let you have at
You might, yeah. You might as well do
it.
that. I'm Brian Ibbett. Welcome to Coverville.
All right, what did I just put in there?
You need me to do anything? Let me go check and see. I don't know, but let me see if we have any phone calls. Did the file? I didn't get a chance to listen to the episode. It's been, dude, with COVID and everything. It's been a crazy week,
Mm-hmm.
and my job's changed something every freaking day. It feels like. But how did the phone calls do last week?
Oh, they went fine.
Cool.
So what I did is I actually, uh, in Zoom, you can share your desktop audio. So I shared my audio with Ibit. That way he could hear it playing. And because actually the audio should have gone through. Oh, no, no, no. I'm thinking differently. No, but yeah, so it went through to him and it went through to the stream by playing it here. Hello, everybody. So far I see Dragons for Lunch, US Nate Scout, Squishy Twitchy, and Mr. Tambourine, and
Oh,
LadyJasmin.
that's why it's echoing. Give me a second
Is
here.
there an echo in?
No, it's the way.
Oh, your own echo. Got it, got it, got it.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I was like, there shouldn't be an echo. I don't.
No. I can. Sorry, I can fix it.
Charles got a new toy, so that's what he's needing to
Yes.
fix.
Well, I'm trying to make sure because we have a phone call for tonight, and I was testing an old phone call,
I wonder if
and
that's what
it came
LEP
through weird.
was. Is it from LEP?
It says anonymous.
Oh, okay. Because I swear I saw a notification that Ellie had specifically mentioned me in Discord, but then when I went to find it, I couldn't find it. So I think she must have deleted it.
Well, there's one that came in 4 days ago. Um,
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to do this real quick.
What am I doing? Slowly losing my mind. Got it.
All right. I want Google Chrome to go out through the music.
I'm worried that we're going to have to delay the launch of my D&D podcast. Because,
Cool.
huh?
I fixed it. Sorry, go ahead.
Because Washington has been hit pretty hard. And so there may come a time where they don't let people leave unless absolutely necessary, like some other... Isn't LA doing that? I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, can you hear this?
No, I can only hear you.
All right. All right. Can you talk and see if you hear yourself?
Hello, test. I don't hear myself.
Okay, good. Now, let me see if you can hear this. Not that one, this one.
No.
No, because it's not going out through the system. Do
you want me to play it?
Yeah, get in the speak pipe, play the bottom one from 2 weeks ago, and let's see if I can hear it.
The bottom one from 2 weeks ago. Bloop.
If nothing else, we can play it.
You got to stop sharing.
I'm working on it. I got to find my controls yet.
Bloop. Share computer.
Well, don't share it. No, don't. I just want to hear you play it straight through. Don't try to share the sound.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, I can hear it that way.
Here, and
That's what I did with Brian last week.
But doesn't it screw up your cameras?
It freezes the camera image temporarily on the stream.
All right, like we do here, play it. Let me see.
Oh, it won't play to you. I don't have it set up to do that.
So what if we just...
It'll play it on the stream.
Well, yeah. What if we just... Exactly. What if we just play it together?
Okay, that's fine.
We hit play at the same time. The stream will get it. You'll hear it. And on my side, I'll hear it. And the recording will get it.
Faces are gone. Oh, yeah. The faces left while you were sharing your screen.
All right, let's go. All right, I can see us live. You both lost face cams. You lost face cams, whoever. I can't see in that thing because it's so small.
US Nate Scout?
Is that it? I mean, literally, because I just logged in, I don't have the chat room. I just have what's on our screen. Let me go full screen. Yeah, it's green. So I guess that's US Nate Scout.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of pretty. Full screen. I'm going to take a picture of that. We got 2 minutes. We're doing okay.
Well, relatively.
We're doing relatively okay?
Yep, exactly. That is quite the emote. Oh, it's 3 different emotes.
Bruh. Who's she, bruh? And you or
Me.
me?
I submitted titles as a title. I was just trying to show people how to do it, Nicole.
She's been in a rare form lately, man. I'm afraid to cross her because she's gonna make me cry. She gets me.
Beware the cabin fever. Some of these houses are going to go full shining on us.
Joseph underscore R.
Yes.
There, I just shared it. Going out. All right. Let me hit record over here so I remember to do that. That's going perfect. Self-isolating for months.
Only months? Years.
All right, it's that time. You ready to go?
Yeah, sure. Let's do this. I got this. All right.
And welcome to Pokémon GO Podcast, where we talk about everything that is awesome in the world and some of the not so awesome sauce of Pokemon Go Pod. Stuff's happening. We're going to get you. I know I got a podcast in Charles McFall, and a big thank you to at Coverville's own Brian Ibbett last week for sitting in me. That's a whole different show. No. Holy, that is not what I meant to say. Sitting in for me last week with Joe, so that Joe wouldn't be all lonely and crying and this is slow jazz Pokemon. We don't want slow jazz Pokemon anymore, Joe. So y'all had a fun time last week. Everybody, Joe underscore R there.
Yes, we did. This podcast is going to have some interesting times now that you have your own self bleep button.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna randomly bleep you, and that's gonna be the funniest part. But hey, we have some. I feel like Cheeky National. Hey, we got some adventures of the week. I can't do it. But we got some. We've got some experiences. Well, actually, I have an experience. It's been. If those of you don't know, I work in the EMS world. That's emergency services. That's the ambulances out there in the United States, and it's been an interesting time being in that world, both in education and actually on the truck, watching things change hour by hour. So it's been a little. I've not been able to focus on doing much of the game other than apparently I hatched a 10K egg. I'll talk about that. Actually, I'll go ahead and talk about it now. I got the gears. That's that Clink.
Clink.
I got Colonel Clink hatched today from a 10K egg. Woohoo! That's my experience of the last 2 weeks right there. 0 raids. Some days I'm not even doing the gotcha because I was charging it in my armrest charger and I forgot it was there, and I'm just going to and from places getting stuff done. But yeah, at least my adventure sync is doing something for me. Joe, how's your adventures been this week?
Well, I got a 100% low tad, I guess, yay. And then I've actually been doing quite a bit of PvP. I mean, nowhere near as some other people, I'm sure, but I've done 20 battles so far this season, so that's pretty fun right there. But I'm having an okay time. Not as good as my Ultra team was doing in the previous season, but it's been all right. The team that I've been using, and I need to switch it up, but the team I've been using is Azumarill, Altera, and Skarmory. The trouble is Altera and Skarmory share similar weaknesses, so I need to switch out one of them. Probably Skarmory I'll end up switching out. But yeah, it's been going good so far. And just having fun with that since I've been able to maintain my research, but just barely. I mean, as the stream can see right now, I've got 2 empty field research slots, so yeah, I haven't been leaving the house a whole lot.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Let me ask you. Since we brought it up, how is the whole self isolation, the COVID stuff going on? How's that just affected your gameplay, going out or not going out?
Well, in general, I just haven't been leaving the house much. But when I do, I make sure to take a route that gets me at least a few stops, so that
Okay.
if nothing else, I can grab some more research. So just to keep up with my box.
I just finished hatching 4 eggs tonight. I think was the research I did. I've got one more nice throw to make, and then I've got to make an excellent throw, and now I have a research open. I don't know the last time I really progressed the research very much, and it's different right now. That's all I can tell you. Let me pull up Discord, or unless you already have it open. I'm pulling it right now.
I can pull up Discord.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I just said unless you already have it open, which you don't. So back off, Jack. I got this.
Okay.
Although you might want to open it on your phone to show on the stream. See how far back we're going. What our last show was 312.
Yep.
I love this thing, Barry. Last time I looked, apparently it was before, but Barry has filled a hole in his heart, which I'm sure you talked about last week. But that's funny, Barry. I likes it. Let's see. We're on a 312, right? So what's your first one you're seeing?
Barry with his pink fire chicken.
The first one I'm seeing is actually on 312. Did you do US Nate Scout with the Thunder Bus?
You're talking about Fabian?
No, I in Discord.
Oh, I see what you're.
31220. US
Yes,
Nate
yeah,
Scout
we talked.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay, you talked about those. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he's got his pink chicken. I see it here. Then Fabian he's got he has to take 2 buses to go. To go to this EX raid. And I am wondering how much Pokemon is seeing a drop in playtime right now with people, because he decided not to go to do it because of the coronavirus stuff, right? I mean, you're taking 2 buses to get to wherever it is he has to go to.
I don't blame him at all.
Yeah.
I would not want to take one public bus, let alone 2. And
that's
he'd
just
have
the
to take
moment in
it
you.
there and back.
Yeah. Oh, our very own Nicole got a Meltan. Says, I guess the Meltan boxes really are paying off right now.
Yeah, 100% Meltan.
Oh, is that what that is? Did I miss that? 100? Oh, I see it now. I did miss the Hyundai. It's bright pink with stars. Congratulations, Nicole. Those are stars, not diamonds. I was going to make a marriage joke, but I'll not. Let's see. Terry Wolf broke 10,000 hatches on his 40x9 account. Fabian Mark III made it to rank 7 on the Go Battle League. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
And he got Cobalion.
Shiny.
And that Shiftworks. Shiftworks got a Cobalion. Is that the shiny version?
That's the shiny one. Yep.
Okay, because I don't see, like, usually there's an indicator like sparkles or something. Maybe the way the screenshot, I don't see the indicator. And I don't know what it looks like normally. I don't have that memorized. So Joe's experience of the week in Discord is just a lot of laughter at people. Apparently. So very cool, everybody. Good stuff going on. I imagine all this extra community day stuff, all the Terry, but he got a Photoshop Pikachu with a mask on it in our
Oh yeah, yep.
That's funny. So let's go ahead and jump to this headline because this is right in front of me. It's timely, right? It's timely to talk about the fact that these live events, St. Louis, Liverpool, and Philadelphia, which I'm glad that, I mean, I was really looking at Philadelphia, but it fell right in between 2 cons. So it's going to have me traveling 3 weekends in a row, and it was a little cost prohibitive. I had to tell Barry that I'm sorry, I can't do it. Well, now I'm kind of glad, because getting some stuff canceled right now is really tough to do. You know, some of those refunds aren't happening. Not from Niantic itself. It has the news here. We'll get into that here in a second. But in travel in general. But beyond that, Joe, I mean, they planned a ton of weekend stuff and week events and stuff. They're not announcing any kind of postponing or anything with the in-game stuff, are they?
Yeah, they're not announcing when it will be. I think this will just be similar to St. Louis, where they're hoping to reschedule within the next 12 months. But yeah,
No, I don't even mean the real world stuff. I mean, you know, we're having this special battle weekend and hatch more eggs this particular weekend. They're not talking about, it was all get out and go this month. A lot of get out and go this month.
Well, some of it, but like Raid Hour, that's has been canceled. That's one
Okay.
of the other headlines as well. So, and then I've seen rumors swirling around, nothing to substantiate it yet, but I have heard people speculating that they might just turn off the raid feature altogether to de-incentivize people from gathering with coronavirus going around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's some areas that are that have asked people to limit it down to 5 people or less at gatherings. So
Yeah, it's a thing right now. So let's take a step back. We just I kind of rushed this through some things because there's topics on my mind there. Let's take a step back. Raid hour canceled. You just covered, right? So they're discouraging that. Let's not, let's be safe. Let's be healthy. I gotta tell you, Joe. Aside from the danger of getting sick and what it can do to some people, and the fact that a pandemic can really hurt the economy, I gotta love society right now. I get off of work, I get in my car. There's like 5 cars on the road. It reminds me of the 1990s, man, where there wasn't a whole lot going on. You'd have empty streets and stuff where people are, there's tractor trailers are in the left-hand lane and they're all in the line and they're getting deliveries made. It's like, man, that's kind of crazy. And I dig it. Our society's gotten too congested. I don't dig the reason it's happening, to be clear, but I do dig it. We'll jump to the second one here in a second because we talked. Well, you know what? Let's go in your order. Yeah. Pokemon Go Safari Zone, Liverpool and Philadelphia have been canceled or postponed, rather. Now, you can get a refund, right? But then that means you just have to buy a ticket again.
no, you may not get the ticket again. I mean, I guess technically they'll probably reopen it for everybody, but
Right.
yeah, or you could just hang on to the ticket. But they have announced all of the deadlines to request a refund. So for St. Louis, your deadline is March 25th, so that's next week, to request a refund. For Liverpool, you have until April 15th. And then for Philadelphia, you have until May 6th to request a refund. And then one thing that they've also specified is that anyone that's purchased the City Explorer passes as an add-on, that they will actually still work as originally intended during that weekend. So, but apparently only in the city themselves.
So you still have to travel to that city.
That's what it sounds like, which seems weird, but yeah. So,
yeah,
unless I'm reading it wrong, but that's what it looks like.
It is what it is. It's hard. It's hard to. I'm trying to think of how I want to say it. It's hard to ask a company to refund everything. Now, Niantic, you could argue they make millions and millions of dollars a month typically, but with I don't know, Joe. What do you think? Let me go back to the chat room and see what they're saying, because I think if you bought that Explorer Pass because you're coming to Philadelphia for that event, and now the event is postponed, I think that should be part of your refund.
Well, it is. If you refund, it refunds the City Explorer Pass too.
Okay, but if you don't refund,
you still have the City Explorer Pass.
Explorer Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's yeah. I'm not going to dig on it. Let's go on. So that's the basics. If you're already planning on going. I know Barry was going to go to Philadelphia. Like I said, I'd looked at it, but ultimately, for my life, I judged that it was not the right time to be able to travel to Philadelphia. Go ahead and get those refunds in, because if it's postponed, if you don't get a refund, does that mean you lose your money right now?
If you do not get a refund, you still have your ticket so that you could go whenever they reschedule.
So
it
whenever
for.
they restart, so you're automatically have a
Mhm.
ticket once they redo it.
Yeah.
That's
And
fair enough.
and I'm seeing some conflicting stuff. So part of it actually says, as an added bonus for those who retain their tickets, we will activate the Safari Zone Pokemon encounters and special research globally during the original scheduled event hours. So, and it specifically says only ticket holders will be able to experience that stuff.
That also makes sense. Because I kind of think I personally think in this situation, you should give automatic refunds. And Nicole, stop it. She says I can't read. I don't have the notes. I have the notes open, but I don't have that article open. I'm asking Joe. It's called a conversation. If I could just read, this would be the show. Exactly. I can read, kind of. If it has pictures, I'm good with that. So
you just need a comic book.
I would do that. I would do. You put our headlines in comic book form each week, Joe. You illustrate this for me, and I'm with the happiest person. And then that'd be a patron reward. You get the Joe book, or I guess it'd be the Charles book, wouldn't it? I call it the Joe book because you made it, but it would really be the Charles book. You get the Filthy Charles book as part of your Patreon rewards. Patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast.
I have not endorsed this message.
Oh man. So now I'm looking at a bunch of different things.
The comic will only use Flork of Cow artwork.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. In other news about being dumb, man ignores Italy's coronavirus lockdown to play Pokemon Go, and he tells police, I have to hunt the Pokemon.
Yep. That happened.
Yeah, this is from Newsweek.
So be sensible, especially if you're in a place like Italy that has a strict lockdown right now. Very
strict lockdown.
Pokemon Go is not worth it. Don't do it. It's a good game, but it's not worth it. Oh, man. But yeah, people are ignoring a whole bunch of safety precautions during the outbreak that they really ought not to. So.
I mean, the bottom line is every government's different, right? Every government set up differently, has different rules, but ultimately the government is in charge, and what they say goes.
Well, and I saw something that puts a really good perspective on this whole thing.
Okay.
A lot of people are thinking, oh, I can go out and even if I get it, I'll be fine. They're going at it in the mentality that they don't currently have it and might get it if they go out. What you should be doing, because it incubates for up to 2 weeks before you actually show symptoms. What you should be assuming is that you have it, and your mentality should be avoiding transmitting it to anybody else.
Yeah. Now I did find something interesting. So people will always adapt, right? Now this does not help Pokemon players, but just in general, I saw an Italian rave party, which that's like, oh man, if I lived in like downtown Atlanta, I could do this. I have all the gear. I could sit on my balcony and blast the music out. And so there's a DJ sitting on the balcony blasting music out, and everybody's on their balconies with their lights and stuff. They're self-quarantining. They're staying in their own space, but a big block party. I was like, you know what? You make lemon out of lemonade. It's pretty awesome there.
Well, and I saw a clip. I can't remember what subreddit it was on, but I saw a clip of someone in their at their window at their house in a Pikachu costume dancing.
Yeah.
In one of the blow up ones, and so I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you do. You do what you got to do. But stay home. I don't mean do what you got to do to go hunt Pokemon. I mean, you do what you... Man, everybody's feeling it. Some places get harder than others. Just be cool, man. All right, good news, though. Let's go on to some good news. Good news. I got to read it like it's written. Good news, trainers. In order for you to collect gifts more easily, starting immediately, gifts will drop from Pokestops and gyms more frequently. Well, you can self-isolate in your car, Joe.
That is very
That's a
true.
thing. That's a thing. So,
I'm surprised. Well, maybe people have already done it, but those giant hamster balls, those blow up hamster balls, I would find it hilarious if someone hopped into one of those and was running around in parks catching Pokemon.
yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I tell you, because the kids are home from school. Well, they're doing homeschool basically now for the next couple of weeks. Of course, my wife's been home anyway. I'm about to start working from home starting tomorrow. Yeah, there's a lot of home, right, going on for a lot of people. And I've thought a few times, man, I wonder if we could just take them up to the park. You know, as long as nobody's around, you're still social distancing. And but then I was like, well, maybe the parks are closed, and if I don't check online, I mean, ignorance of the law does not change the law, right? So maybe I haven't seen a declaration that they're closed. Anyway, I just didn't do it, but it's a thing. So tablets are your best friend right now. Yeah, I know there's parents who don't want to raise kids on screens. I get that, but I'm gonna tell you, at hour number 24, they're going, daddy, 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 daddy. Here's a screen. Go away.
And there's so many online services right now that even if you want to stick your kid in front of a screen, there's a ton of online educational services that are offering free subscriptions right now. Like what's that one? ABC Mouse or whatever. That has a coupon or a code that you can use to get a free month or whatever, something like that. And yeah, there's a bunch of places that are offering free educational services. I know my wife signed up for a bunch of them for our kids, and so they've been trading who's quote unquote playing on the laptop. So like my son was going through, and it was a bunch of 3-letter words, and he had to it told him what it was, and he had to click which of the 3-letter words is the one he heard.
Words. I'm sorry.
Yes, not 4-letter words.
Joe, calm down, man. Come on.
And so yeah, but there's stuff to do. But this has nothing to do with Pokemon. We got off on a huge tangent.
Well, we're Pokemon's family friendly, and literally in every sense of the family word. Unless you still want your kid playing on a phone, that's fine.
Well, I mean, unless they start digging through the Pokedex entries.
Oh yeah, well that's not necessarily a huge thing you can do in the game right now. So the point is, there's options for your kids out there that are good. Okay, all right. So this is a gift sending and receiving redesign idea. This is for discussion, right? So I'm looking at the video. Joe, I'm gonna watch this little video that plays. Why don't you tell me? I'm assuming you've already watched this thing, and so it's very simple. It's a breakdown. The idea is all photoshopped, I'm sure. But the idea is you hit the gifts, click the people you want to send to in mass, and then you hit send.
Yes. Yeah, this is just a short little clip that someone had put together of a possible way to rework the interface. And I think this would be awesome, being able to mass send gifts. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is I got rid of Wizards Unite a long time ago, but I believe that they have something similar in Wizards Unite. But
yeah, I haven't played it in a while. I know there's a gifting program. I like that. I like the idea of being able to send certain gifts. I would love to actually flip it as well to open. Like just click. I'm gonna open these. What is it? 23. So it's a weird number, right? It's 23 gifts
20.
Open. 20. Mm-hmm. I thought there was an odd number in there for some reason. Maybe I'm just an odd number.
You're an odd number.
You're an odd number. As part of our commitment to player safety, for the next 30 days, we removed the walking requirement for Go Battle League globally to make it possible for trainers everywhere to participate. That is a hugely smart move on Niantic's part. This comes from the @Niantic Labs official Twitter account. And that is genius. You're going to keep people engaged in your game, and who can only play from home, right?
Yep.
Or limited access to getting out, right?
Which is part of the reason why I've been playing PvP so much.
I got you. It gives you something more to do.
Mm-hmm.
Milk in chat asks, has anyone reached level 10 in Battle League?
I have not. I think I'm level 3 right now. So I'm sure that Terry probably has. Charles is level 10 already.
Yes.
If you
I'll go
multiply
with that.
if you multiplied his level by 10.
Oh, I was going to say you multiply it by 0.
If you divide
Yeah,
if you divide by 0,
oh, you just ripped the hole in the universe. Stop it. Stop it right now. I'm Pickle Rick. I don't know why I said that. So you know what? On that note, let's take a quick ad break, and we'll be back in just a moment. So sit tight, everybody.
oh man.
And before I say we're back for the podcast, this is for the live people too, but before I say we're back for the podcast, I actually am going to get out of some kind of Pokemon sound to put on the sampler, and that will mark where the break is. So it'll just be a fun little sound that plays. All right, here we go. And we're back. So yeah, that was fun. Joe, how was your break, man? Did you enjoy your time off there?
Yes, so much. I caught a Chikorita.
Be careful, that's contagious. You don't want to none of that Chikorita 20 stuff, man. You gotta be cool. So, all right, we got a few more great headlines going on. Go Battle League shiny legendaries are not 100% catch rate, but do not flee when you're out of Pokeballs. Now, does that mean you can retry after you get some more Pokeballs?
Yes.
So I have not played the Go Battle League. Is it like okay? Because
the reason this is being specified is because everywhere else, if you run into a shiny legendary,
right.
It's a 100% catch rate.
Oh, I did not realize that. I did know that with the legendaries or in general or any Pokemon, if you leave the battle, they're gone. So is this more like
This is more like a research task. So,
yeah, that's what I was trying to get to, the research task.
Yeah,
right,
because you collect the rewards from Go Battle League. That's what the GBL stands for, Go Battle League.
I know that. I know. I read it in the title. I can read. Why does Nicole make you believe I can't read? I can read. Oh my God. Now I feel triggered. All right.
Someone gave him a shiny red button.
I'm spamming that, but it's blue. Thank you, but I'm spamming it. Okay. Zoe 2 dots says confirmed from Niantic. The entire Genesect quest can be played from home. No raids, no Pokestop spins. Stay safe. Make safe choices. Keep your chin up, lovelies. Now the Genesect, that's the one that was like the other one you paid money to do the quest to get the Pokemon, right?
Yes. You pay $8 to get the pass tomorrow.
So
I mean, in some areas it's already out because
it's already tomorrow.
It's already tomorrow there. Yeah.
Crikey. So if tomorrow I put my $8 into the game, I can actually go and get Genesect. Well, not go. I can stay and get Genesect.
You've got to do some stuff, but yes, like some of the tasks have already been leaked, but like one of them's catch 20 Pokemon for the first set of tasks. So you'll still have to do some stuff.
That's a little tough from anybody's home.
Well,
right?
Yeah. I mean, as long as you paid the 1 Pokecoin to get the 30 incense, you're probably going to be fine.
So was that on last week's show? Because I told you I didn't have a chance to listen to last week's show because I don't know what you're talking about.
Pokecoin. Check to see if it's still in the store.
I'm on it.
There was a 1 Pokecoin box. It was called the Winter Box, although some people it was it was called something different, but it had 30 incense in it. Check and see if it's in your store still.
I'm working on it.
Check it right now. But
Incense, 1 Pokecoin, exchange, done.
yeah. So, and since you haven't listened to last week's episode yet, Pokemon are spawning every minute, and the incense is lasting for an hour. So
Okay, so because before, and you're right, and I do try to listen. Before when I was off, I had to be off. And by the way, I can't promise anything, but I have it's not just because of the pandemic that's going on. I'm actively trying to retool my schedule to where I'm not away from any of my shows as much as I have been in the recent past. So hopefully I'll be on more than I have been, but I do try to listen when I'm not on. But this time it's just been crazy from last Thursday to this Thursday. And actually I didn't even get the audio up until I think Saturday afternoon, Sunday. So yeah. I was going somewhere with that because I was going to ask you a specific question. But yeah, I got the Pokecoin. Okay. So before the incense, you actually still had to move, even with the incense. It was like one every 2 or 3 minutes it would spawn, but if you're moving, it's like every 45 seconds or something. Incense wasn't just an automatic spawn. So now it's I've got a Genesect pass in my store. I can buy it for $8.
Yeah, so normally incense it spawned every 5 minutes if you weren't moving, but it spawned every minute if you were moving.
Cool,
they got rid of the moving restriction basically.
Good. All right. So that is definitely better.
And then Nicole was like, I don't have a pass in my store right now. So I checked. I was like, I don't have a pass either. But US Nate Scout said, yeah, you do. You just got to click on the event tab.
Yeah, it says event pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So you've got to go click on the event
Scroll
tab.
a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Although,
oh no, okay. So in the store,
I'm not seeing it on the event tab either. US Nate Scout.
Hold on, not the event tab. Go into the store and then scroll, and it says event pass. It has a picture of Genesect, and then it says,
well, fine.
Learn more.
The event ticket.
Wait, how does the filthy casual get this, and you two experts don't get it?
Because I don't click anything.
And Nicole, I consider you an expert because you're always you seem smarter than me most of the time. And milk, I can't read the whole name. It's in blue. Milk I can't say that word. Milk. I'm just going to call them Milk. Milk says, can you describe what exactly is a filthy casual?
Milk tea, less ice.
Oh, good on you for reading that joke because I was not going to get that one ever. A filthy casual. Well, I'm not really a filthy casual because I'm level 39 and almost a half.
He really is a filthy casual.
Well, this week I have. So people like Joe. People play like Joe typically once a day. You make sure you get that adventure going. You play the game actively. You get your hardcore players, which is I tease Joe about being 1%er, but he's really not. But he plays actively. I play passively. Like there was a couple of days this week, I totally forgot that my gotcha, and I'm going to say it out loud. I have a gotcha. I like to auto spin and auto catch. I am not apologizing for that. I do not care. So if I did not have it, there would be no playing the game most of the time, especially when I have busy weeks like this in my life. So that's basically the filthy casual. It's just mostly passive playing. Sometimes I'll catch actively. Sometimes I'll raid. Rarely. But I mean, it does happen.
He doesn't like
rare.
people, so
I don't. Oh, US Nate Scott got it's all the caps. It's all the caps that got you timed out, Nate. That's hilarious. I love you, Nightbot.
Nightbot is aggressive.
You get him, Nightbot. So Milk Tea says the TV on my level. Okay. Well, I think we're on the same level. You said you're level 39. I've been playing since 2 weeks after the game came out, and I'm still barely level 39-ish. So yeah, so that's cool though. Back to the topic at hand. $8 will let you get this legendary. Joe, you know me, you know the game. I like the idea that I can sit here at my desk while I'm working, put on the incense and do this thing. But is it really worth my $8 for me to get Genesect? Because the alternative is pretty much never getting them unless somehow they put them in a box, right? Because I'm not going to do the raids once they put them in the raids.
Yeah, so you probably will never get Genesect. I
If I
haven't.
don't do this, but should I do it?
I don't know how meta relevant he's going to be. I haven't looked up any analysis on that. Genesect himself is kind of cool. I mean, he's a transforming bug, and I know how much you love Transformers. So
More than meets the eye. Gotta catch 'em all. There you go. Pokemon roll out.
that's Dunfin's favorite move. Roll out.
Pokemon roll out. Oh, that was horrible. I apologize, everybody. That was no. Moving on. I'm just embarrassed now. A shelter in place order has been placed in the San Francisco Bay Area. I think you or somebody else was asking about that. Like you can't. We were talking before the show. So basically, you can't leave your. Oh, you know what? I should click on it instead of guessing. But I'm gonna get. I like playing the guessing game. I'm gonna guess from the headline. You really can't leave from home. You have to work from home until at least April 7th.
Yep. Yeah, all non-essential employees are ordered to stay home and indoors until April 7th. So,
Man, okay, so how does that affect? Because yeah, there's delivery services for food. This is where my brain goes. How does that affect getting food and necessities? Because not all places can deliver all that well. But does that mean the Uber driver is the essential person to go? I don't know, man.
I don't know what's considered essential.
Rob Roberts, hit us up
on what's considered essential in the San
Yeah.
Francisco Bay Area. And there is an article here, but yeah, I was going to say it requires you to turn off your ad blocker to actually look at it.
Yeah, I'm not.
And yeah, I'm not doing that either.
Nicole says you can still go grocery shopping.
That makes sense.
It's really about collections of people.
Yeah, it's basically only leave if you absolutely need to, basically.
I know a lot of the stores are shrinking down hours. Some are having only a certain amount of people in the stores at a time. You get escorted.
Yeah, and there's a lot of grocery stores that are starting to do this time block is for elderly people only.
Yes, that is really cool.
Yeah, which is very cool since they are the most at-risk group. So,
but the whole point of us bringing it up is to say Niantic is based in the San Francisco Bay Area.
Yes, and so I don't know if they have work from home capabilities. I would sure hope they do.
I mean, to a point they do, but if you got to fix a server, you got to put your hands on that server.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
As long as you can,
about that than I do.
As long as you can log into it and it's not something that you have to physically. A lot of times you can deal with servers without ever physically touching them. Most of the time, any issues that come up, you don't have to physically go to the servers. In fact, at my work, our server room, you have to have special clearance to even go in there. I've been in there twice ever, and it was on scheduled tours, guided tours with other people that had clearance to go into our server area. And so, I use the servers all the time. I log into the servers and manipulate the data within the servers, but I don't have to physically touch the servers.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, I'm assuming they've got something set up to work from home, to connect from home, given the fact that at any given time, someone will need to hop on and fix it if it goes down, because we don't have downtime in the middle of the night when they would be at home.
Right.
At least not usually, not anything big. So, yeah. So we'll see. This may have some impact on them, but I don't think this will impact them as much as people are thinking it will.
Probably not. It's just something to keep in mind, right? It's just something to keep in mind. And so I saw this announced today in the in-game news. I'm like, well, that's kind of bad timing. The forces of lightning and wind called to lender us to Pokemon Go. So we're getting new stuff in the game, but you can't go out and play the game.
Yep. And they have. I don't have the source, but there was on one of their foreign language Twitters. They specified, "Hey, look, we realize people aren't getting out and raiding. Anything that's available in raids during this time will come back. So they have reassured
Yes.
people. I mean, that's pretty standard. That's what they've been their modus operandi for the last 4 years. So
Yeah, they've always taken care of their player base. And at me. You can at me if you disagree. At Pokemon Go Pod, at Rock God of Podcasting, or at Rock God of Pod also on Twitter. Either way, because in my experience, in my memory, while you might have some outliers, well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. Typically, anytime there's been an issue with an event or anything has happened, Niantic has taken care of their player base and made sure that the opportunities did come back up.
Well, and they do specify he's not just coming to raids. He will be available as the Go Battle League reward as well.
Yeah, starting at rank 4. And remind me, because it goes 1 through 10, right? So if you start at rank 4, you might get this reward. All right, very cool. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to start playing some Go Battle League. Give me something going on there.
And Squishy Twitchy is mentioned several times. They need to allow spoofing.
Don't read from a bot. We do not honor the bots here.
And I've thought that at different times too, Squishy Twitchy. The problem is the impact that it will be to regionals. What I would love to see, and I thought about this the other day, is have a feature where you can click on it, and instead of using your real world location, it's a digital hangout. So other people could be there, quote unquote, as well. And it could have a couple of stops and a gym, and it could have a raid there and things like that. So instead of encouraging people to spoof, it would be a digital hangout that has some things so that people don't have to leave, but they can still play the game. I think that would be.
I kind of dig it. Yeah.
I think that would be excellent. And then, I think it would be good. I think it would be good.
Joe, why did you trigger that, man? Come on, calm down. The kids are listening.
So you just triggered me.
Well, you triggered the censors. I'm embarrassed to be with you right now.
Yeah, well, this Turtwig will not stay in the Pokeball.
I noticed that your Turtwig is going crazy. Let me test this out because I changed a little something before we go into our speak pipe. Can you hear this? Hold on.
Hey, you guys.
Yes.
Awesome. I love this board. Okay, so we've got a new speak pipe to play. Then we're going to do random trivia. Then we're going to tell you where to find us. And then we're going to go out and self-isolate again. So here we go.
We're going to go out and self-isolate.
Yeah. But this is from Anonymous. So let's give this a shot.
Hey, you guys. Cheeky Nashville here, and I'm from Nashville. I just want to talk about what you talked about last week about the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Because I used to be a solid player. I played every day. I never missed anything. But now I've learned to change my lifestyle because it's not good for your mental health, people, when there's this much events. And I know there's stuff going on in the world right now, and that might be a nice little break from the game. But I missed a few things recently. I didn't get all shinies. I didn't get all the party hats. I didn't get the dog cry. That's fine. I want people to know it's fine. Things come back round in this game. If you miss something, it'll come back. Anyway, I'm not a filthy casual like Charles, but I've calmed down a little bit. Not as hard as it used to go. Anyway, I love the Joe. I crave the Joe. I want the Joe. And I love the show. Peace.
Nice.
Cheeky.
Did you guys talk about FOMO last week?
A little bit, yeah.
Interesting, because as part of our roundtable for breaking the panel last week, we started a new thing. We're doing volume 1 and volume 2. So BTP volume 1 is the headlines and volume 2 is the roundtable. And we talked about FOMO in depth in gaming and how it triggers in games a lot. And so I actually double text like, nope, that says Pokemon GO Podcast is where you sent it from. So cool, Cheeky. That's a great message. That's a great message. Even though you came at me, bro. Came at me. I didn't ask for that, that's okay. But that's a very good message to send. We are going to miss some things. It'll be okay. You'll be all right.
One thing you do want to get on though is they said that Pikachu Libre will not come back in other seasons. So while you don't have to walk, you should probably get to battling if you want Pikachu Libre.
So Joe, your number one fan just said, "Look, take a breath. It's okay if you miss things." And then you went and negated it, punched him in the face.
No.
You better play. You ain't getting nothing from Pikachu Libre.
But you can do that from your house.
Yeah, but you still triggered the FOMO, man.
Well, but you, in that case, it's not FOMO because it's you decide if you're gonna get it.
Real quick question before we move on. US Nate Scout says, did Niantic shut down shinies? Talking to people, I haven't seen anybody get anything lately.
As of today, people were specifically mentioning getting some Nincada shinies. So I don't think so, but yeah, and Shiftworks got a Cobalion shiny just last week, and just this past week. So I don't think so, but it wouldn't surprise me if they accidentally turned off specific shinies, because they've done that quite a bit. So
yeah, I haven't gotten a shiny in a long time. I think they've just shut them off. That's my
just for you though.
Yeah, just for me. Uncle Hanky got pissed off at me at family dinner the other night and said, "You're out, kid.
You wouldn't share the secret recipe for your barbecue sauce," and he was like,
"That's right.
You're cut off. You're done."
Oh, you know what else Uncle Hanky said? What time is it, Joe?
It is time for random trivia. And this week I wanted to talk about Landorus since he will be showing up, which I don't think we ever actually said the days. We are
sorry, we got off on another topic
for not setting the days. So he will be available starting March 31st until April 21st. And he'll like we said before, he'll be popping up in 5-star raids and as Go Battle League rewards. He is the third part of the Forces of Nature. We have already had Tornadus and currently have Thundurus, so Landorus is the last one. However, I guarantee they will be coming back for multiple reasons. Number one, like Cheeky said, everything comes back pretty much in this game, eventually. Yes. And then the other reason I say they're coming back is because all of these three Forces of Nature, Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus, all have what are called Therian forms. We've been getting their incarnate forms, but their Therian forms have not been released yet. So we will get those eventually. Landorus is the Abundance Pokemon. He is a ground flying type Pokemon. His Pokedex entry says that lands visited by Landorus grant such bountiful crops that it has been hailed as the guardian of the fields. So that's pretty nice. You definitely want a Landorus. You know how awesome that would be? You could just be like, "Oh, I have a Landorus. Pay me this much and I'll let him go so that your fields will have bounty." I'm just saying. You can make a lot of money. Okay. So Landorus, apparently in Black 2 and White 2, his Therian form has the same shape as the incarnate form. I don't know if that was a mistake, but yeah. So Landorus, the thought is that its incarnate form is based off of an Inari Akami, which is a Japanese fox, and it represents fertility and things like that. Specifically for
It ties
agriculture.
into making the land. Yeah, it ties into
Yep.
making the crops grow and stuff. Gotcha.
Yep. And then all of the different incarnate forms are most likely inspired by genies as well. Um, and then the Therian form of Landorus appears to be based on a quote unquote predatory mammal, like a tiger. Um, and then other people suggested it also draws inspiration from specifically a white tiger, which is one of the Chinese four symbols constellation. And those symbols, if I'm not mistaken, are the white tiger, the black tortoise, the azure dragon, and the vermilion bird. Those symbols pop up in a lot of different anime and
Okay.
text as well. Just like, I mean, mythology in general tends to pop up in other works. So yeah, Landorus. Most likely, the name comes from land and Aeolus, which Aeolus is the ruler of the winds in Greek mythology.
All right.
So again,
Very
mythology.
cool. Yeah, no, they definitely have been known to pull a lot from mythology. Niantic and the Pokemon Company.
Well, it's silly not to, because
Yeah.
mythology gets quite wacky, and so when you're trying to think of fantastical beasts, mythology
And where to find
has a
them.
ton already. Yeah, exactly.
No, absolutely. The history of the world already has a ton of things to pull from. Might as well go from there. Any hot questions in the chat here on twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Anything
Eastern
to
time.
comment? Eastern. Yeah, you're no good. Good on you. Good on you there. You know what? I want to read this from Nicole0991. When you were talking about that room where people could play in, and not spoofing specifically, but play from home.
Yep.
And Nicole says maybe only be allowed to raid in gyms you've previously visited, which is a really good idea.
Yeah, that would
How to
be
go with that.
fantastic. So,
Yeah.
but then you'd have to have a way to get alerted to gyms that you've visited that are currently experiencing a raid. I don't think that's alright. I'd have to look, because well, raids are pretty much stopped where we're at now. But I know when you click on the Pokemon that's in the gym, it'll tell you if there's a raid going on. But I don't know if the medals specifically tell you if there's a raid going on or not. But yeah, you have that entire list if you go to the list of your gyms. So
Yeah. And LEP throws out how are you surviving the stay-at-home edict? In Georgia, they haven't really. I mean, it's not like San Francisco, where it's a legit thing edict. It's just very much suggested. I'll be staying home just fine. I love staying home. I'm good. Joe, are you
Charles
working
hates
from home?
people. Yeah, my company has us working from home until mid-April, at least. They're constantly assessing the situation and changing up stuff. Although they are allowing people, if they want, to still come and work downtown. So I've got a few people.
Downtown.
Yeah, I've got a few people that I was at a meeting with just today, who are still working. Or no, it was yesterday. But anyway, that are working downtown. So.
And and I mean, okay, so LadyJasmin put that in as a title. Joe said Charles hates people. It's not that I hate people. I don't like randos. It's a long story. I grew up in the church. I got lots of baggage. I like the right people. I mean, you see me at Dragon Con, Joe. I love this Dragon Con. I love rubbing elbows and shoulders and everything else dirty. No, okay, not that kind of dirty. I meant like you're touching a lot of people because you're shoulder to shoulder.
We got to take that button away from you.
No, sir. I'll play with it less. I promise. But I like being with the right people. I guess to say. Now, U.S. Nate Scout says, "Do you think Niantic is trying new stuff like these ideas, or only going with Go Battle League? Like this is the early start with Go Battle League of being able to take out the walking, and you think they'll try new stuff like what we've been talking about tonight with the rooms or the raids or whatever?"
I would hope so, but yeah, I don't know, because what we're suggesting, while it would be amazing, especially in the current zeitgeist, it it goes against what their vision for the game is. They want
Yes,
they
it would.
want people to leave the house, even if they it was because if they put it in there, even if they try to say it's a temporary thing, people will love it, and then they will hate Niantic if they remove it. So it's a double edged sword. If they put it
Yes.
in there, people are gonna like it. They're gonna like it a lot. But it goes against what their idea for the game is, so they'll want to take it out after this coronavirus stuff is over. And yeah. So I don't think so. I think they're just gonna keep going with the GBL.
And I agree with you. I agree. I mean, their whole purpose is to get people out, moving, socializing. So yeah, I'm just glad they did it with Go Battle League. You know, I'm just glad they did something, and they had to. Let's be real, they had to. Otherwise, this game, I don't know if it would die. It just depends on how long all of the situation in the world is going on, where we're not getting out, we're social distancing, self isolation, those kind of things. Well, this game is the opposite of all of that. So it depends on how, but this game would lose a lot of players, um, that you move on with life. It just doesn't matter what happens. You play a game and the servers go down. I had this happen with a game I played a long time ago. The servers go down for a while. I mean, you can play the game. There's no new content. It's literally just doing some basic grinding in the game every day, and that's it. And they that was the beginning of the end for them. You know, within a year, I think it's roughly a year later, they sunset the game and moved on, and because they lost a huge player base. Because for 6 weeks, there's essentially nothing exciting to do in the game. And I say essentially because there was stuff to do, it just wasn't captivating. And you imagine Pokemon being down, you know, oh, you have to walk for everything for 2 weeks, but you can't. There's a lot of people going to find something else to do, you know, and they would keep a core base, but it wouldn't be what they have now. And LadyJasmin says, and right now, getting out could kill people. I'm mostly housebound, but warm weather is coming. They should open the War Memorial. I'll go out again. And that's the thing. You can still have stuff to do in the game. You can still be active. And then when the world does return to some form of normal, off we go, and we're still in the game. So it worked out fine for them. As far as changing Go Battle League, I mean, it worked out fine. All right. If you'd like to email the show, hit us up, show at PokemonGoPodcast.com. You can also leave that speak pipe like Cheeky Nashville did and other people have. And LEP, supposedly you have a speak pipe, but I didn't see. I think Joe deleted it. He just didn't want to play it and he deleted it last week.
False.
But if you'd like to go back to PokemonGoPodcast.com and hit that button and leave a speak pipe, we'd love to have it, Ellie, and anybody else who would like to leave a speak pipe. Reddit is reddit.com/r/Pokemon Go Podcast. Facebook is /Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter's at Pokemon Go Pod. And you can catch us each Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast. And our YouTube channel. Go out, hit the button on YouTube, like, subscribe. We're trying to boost that. We have this really long, crappy link because you have to have 1,000 followers on YouTube to get the easy link. So please go help us with that. I think today I saw it's still at 110. So yeah, we could use your help. Please help us out. Joe, where can they find you on the web?
You can find me at Joseph_Ard. And I was talking to Charles beforehand. I am working on a new, like I've mentioned before, a new podcast, a D&D themed one. If Washington, where the rest of the people that are going to be part of this, goes under the same kind of thing that San Francisco is going under, it might get delayed, but we're hoping for a May release. So we are working on that. So that'll be fun. And that's at Assorted Geekdom. My little brother has been especially active on our Instagram, but we're at Assorted Geekdom everywhere.
And I'm Rock God of Podcasting, Rock God of Pod across, or Rock God of Pod on Twitter, Rock God of Podcasting everywhere else. And I would say go check out COD Mods, but all you're going to see is canceled. My first 2 cons of the year both got canceled. And it's fair. It's fine. It's just frustrating. that the business was kicking off this year, and it is what it is. But hopefully everything will smooth out. GSTU.net. That is our home network. GiantSizeTeamUp.com. GSTU.net takes you all to the same place. You can get Pokemon Go Podcast and many other awesome podcasts like 143 Pixels, which, Joe, I think even you would agree that's 100% family friendly and amazing. Have you actually heard 143 Pixels yet?
I've listened to several of the episodes, and yeah, the ones I've listened to have been family friendly.
Yeah, no, that's Bell. Bell's a family friendly guy, and it's super positive. And so if you're looking for something to kind of cheer you up or something maybe you can put on for the whole family to listen to that's gaming related, it's just great stories of creators like myself and other people who just, what is your favorite game is what he asks you. And you bring that into the table and you just have a discussion about it and what you loved about the game and why. And it is so good and uplifting. Joe, I think we definitely need to put you on his list to be on that show. And I think you'd be an amazing guest over there and to talk about what your favorite video game was.
I told him when he was first starting off that once I got my new mic, which I have, that I would be on it.
Yeah.
So
we just need to put a bug in his ear again. I think it'd be good. But until that happens, tune in next week to hear Joe say.
Well, that's one way to end a podcast.
All right. I entertain myself sometimes. Okay. Nicole, she's got the YouTube stuff. All right, cool. There you go. There's the there's the button to go vote on the titles. And so for patrons, I'm still recording the podcast piece for patrons. We put in a little before, a little after, give you a little extra if you're on patreon.com. Not only do you get ad free, but you get the extra bits here. And how we come up with the titles is we let the audience decide. This is your first night. Go ahead and click on that link. It is safe to click. This is showbot.tv and ends with Pokemon Go Podcast. And we've gotten a couple of them here. You're an odd number by Mr. Tambourine 19. Joe said Charles Hates People by LadyJasmin at 2 votes already. You, of course, were testing it out and wrote titles. Sitting in Charles by U.S. Nate Scout. Charles Needs Pictures by Mr. Tambourine 19. And Charles Has Lots of Baggage by Joe himself. I am going, man, this is Charles Central. Everybody must have missed me last week. You must have missed me last week. I appreciate that very much. I like LadyJasmin and I like U.S. Nate Scout. So and Mr. Tambourine. So I'm voting for You're an Odd Number, Sitting in Charles, and Joe Says Charles Hates People. Right now it's tied. Sitting, man, I do not want Sitting in Charles to be the artwork for this week. Joe's gonna do something. You know what? I got an idea for you, Joe. But I'll tell you off the air in case you don't use it. People won't get mad at you. And then
did you
Joe
like
said
the
Charles
artwork from this last week?
I haven't seen it. I mean, actually, I did see it. I don't remember what it was. You know, I can go look right now. Pokemon Go Podcast.com. Because I did the upload of the audio. Oh, Cheeky and Terry Wolf are the same person. Yeah, I do like the artwork. That's great. It's a nice meme that you pulled in there. I dig it. We've got to get Ibbot back on when we're all on together. Yeah, he's a great fill-in. He really is. But I think he.
You know, I know you said fill in, but what I heard was villain. He's a great villain.
He is, though, isn't he? He's like the nicest guy. You wouldn't see that being shot in the face thing coming. Just saying. All right, it looks like LadyJasmin is taking it. What Joe said, Charles hates people.
It's true, though. You do hate people.
I don't hate people. Kind of. It's a long story. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Joe's going to kill the broadcast here in a second and on the podcast as well. If you're on Patreon, you've got this part. If not, I'm talking to nobody. So I'm going to end the podcast. But thanks for everybody coming out and seeing us tonight. Actually, let's do a shout to the chat room. Let's see who all is in the chat room tonight. We got Commander Root, LEP.
Commander Root's a bot.
Hey, you make me shout out Squishy Twitchy. I'm going to shout out Commander Root. Kit Kat, the cat, one of my favorite people in the world. She's out here tonight. Kissel Hamilton. Kitzel Hamilton 1, LadyJasmin, Mr. Tamarine 19, Opal in a face, Shiftworks, Squishy Twitchy, US Snake Scout. Those are bots. Willie Scissor 617, I think might be a bot. I don't know. Then we got lurking / moderating, Soapbox GSU, and Nicole 0991, who is the cheeky Nashville of Austria. We like her that much. So,
I'm not sure she wants that.
It's meant to be a compliment. So, all right, Joe, kill the stream. Everybody, thank you for coming out. We really appreciate you. It's awesome.
Bye. Good night.